The deep web and the dark web are often referred to as the dark side of the internet. But what exactly are they, and what is the difference between them? In order to understand what the deep web and the dark web are, you first need to understand what the web is. The internet is a worldwide network of computers. This network can be used for a variety of things: emails, Skype calls, online gaming, but also, of course, websites. Now, the web is simply a name for all of the web pages on the internet. So it's important to know that the web is not the same thing as the internet. The web is something within the internet. Now, web pages can be divided into two subcategories. The first category is the surface web. Surface web is basically a name for all websites that can be found by a search engine and don't require you to enter a password. For example, Wikipedia's homepage belongs in this category, since it can be found through a search engine and everyone can access it. This type of web pages makes up about 4% of the web. Let's take a look at the second type of web pages now. This is what we call the deep web. The deep web is a name for all web pages that can't be found using a search engine, so you need to know the exact URL to get to them, and can often only be accessed using the correct password. Please realize that we use these deep web pages all the time. For example, if you have a Gmail account and you're checking your email, that right in front of you is a web page that can only be accessed using your password. Or maybe if you watch a hidden YouTube video that you can only get to if you have the exact URL of the video. There are many other examples. The deep web is huge. Most of the web pages are private. In fact, 96% of all the web pages is estimated to be private. So the deep web isn't as criminal as you might expect it. It's just a name for web pages that can't be accessed through a search engine. And yes, of course, there are criminals who use private web pages and online accounts, but who doesn't these days? Then there is also the dark web. The dark web is once again just a name for a certain type of web pages, and it's a subcategory of the deep web. Now, these dark web pages can only be accessed using a very special internet browser. The most popular dark web internet browser is called Tor. If you have this browser on your PC, which you can download for free by the way, you're able to access dark web pages. But why would the owners of these web pages want you to use a special browser to access their site? Well, that's because Tor uses some little tricks to anonymize the connection between you and the server that hosts the web page, making it extremely hard for security agencies to track you or the owner of the web server. Many criminals use dark web pages and the Tor internet browser for their criminal activities. However, security agencies themselves are also very active on the dark web, and it can also be used for non-criminal purposes. I do have to point out that there aren't many dark web pages. The dark web is just a very tiny little part of the deep web, and an even tinier part of all web pages. So, in conclusion, the web can be divided into two subcategories. The surface web, these are all of the web pages that can be found through a search engine, and the deep web. These are all the web pages that are private. And the dark web is a type of deep web pages that require you to use special software to access them. So there you go. Now you know what the deep web and the dark web are. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.